So today I want to talk about growing the Indian green jujube here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Specifically, I want to highlight the differences between the rootstock plant and the fruiting plant. Technically, both of them fruit, and that's what I just showed you a picture of was the rootstock fruit, which is smaller, inferior, doesn't taste good, nothing you want to waste your time with. But for the purposes of this conversation, we'll refer to rootstock and fruiting plant. So jujube does very well here. They want as much sun as possible. They need no shade. They are pretty cold hardy as well, although if it's a newly planted tree and it's small, it can be vulnerable if we have an unusual winter here in Phoenix, but for the most part, these guys are okay. So the part of town I'm in is South Phoenix. We get a bit colder than downtown Phoenix. So this guy here was planted 3-ish years ago, and it froze back the first year. We had a bad winter, some high 20s and such, and it wasn't protected. So I thought it was toast. And then this morning we came out here to do a video on the giant Burmese bamboo, which has suddenly woken up after a 3-year slumber also next to it, and found the jujube is smothering the bamboo. So we're getting ready to pull it off because it is rootstock that has come back, and we're actually going to cut it down here as soon as we're done filming. So I want to take advantage of the opportunity to show you some differences between the rootstock and the fruiting plant. Keep in mind, jujube are fast growers. A 1-gallon plant in 12 calendar months can turn into a 15 by 15 monster. So make sure you give them proper real estate. They fruit better. The more often you prune them, give them a hard prune. So don't be afraid to get heavy-handed with the trimmers. So again, this guy was planted a few years ago, and what has come back is solid rootstock. And a few different ways you can tell if it's rootstock or the fruiting plant is rootstock seems to grow a little bit more sideways along the ground. And then wherever it lays, it puts shoots up from there. Another way to tell is that the rootstock plant seems to be smaller, darker green leaf. The fruiting version, the leaves are a little longer and not quite as dark green. It might be a pH issue, who knows. Third, as I showed you earlier, rootstock does fruit, but it's a smaller, inferior fruit, does not really taste like anything worthwhile. Fourth, rootstock is going to have these horrible thorns on it that will hook you like a 65-year-old former beauty queen cougar with $1 million trust fund. Nothing to toy with. You don't want to play with those. It's going to end badly. So if you've got those horrible little thorns all over your plant, more than likely that's rootstock. Don't be afraid to just cut that off completely and allow the fruiting plant to take over. So again, this is Indian green jujube here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Very good fruit. Kind of reminds me of a Granny Smith apple, about half the size. The harder you prune these after the second year, the fruit seems to come back. They fruit in larger volume, quantity, and the fruit tastes better also. Why, I don't know. Maybe somebody can explain that. Fast growers. We do sell these at our nursery, which you can find at greenlifebyseamusoleary.com. We do not ship under any circumstances outside the Phoenix, Tucson area. If you have any questions, you can ask below, or you can ask in our Facebook group, which is called Living the Green Life. And our Instagram page is Seamus_O'Leary_. Hopefully this was helpful to you in some way. Thank you for watching.